Come back to God. Come back to Him through prayer. What does through prayer mean? It means pour yourself in front of Him and tell Him, I need you. I want to come back to you. Without you, I am nothing. I lost my life when I lost you. I lost my happiness and my pleasure when I lost you. My life lost its purpose, its flavor. Throw yourself at God's feet and tell Him, O Lord, I want to return to you, but my enemies are stronger than me. Many are they who say of me, there is no help for him in God. Return to God and tell Him, carry me, lead me to you once again. Tell Him, I lost my strength when I strayed from you. Give me special power from you, special help by which I will return. Many people say, we want to return to God. How can we return? Throw yourself at His feet and tell Him, I want to leave here with a special blessing after you've brought me back to you, after you've counted me as one of your children. You didn't just forgive me my sins, you saved me from the love of sin. Tell Him, I can't come back to you while the love of sin dwells in my heart. Take the love of sin away from me. I can't abandon sin and return to you. You come to me first and make me leave sin. If I was able to get rid of sin, I would have returned to you long ago. I need you to make me leave. I need you to give me strength. Believe me, my brethren, the person successful in prayer is the person successful in repentance. As Saint Isaac the Syrian said, he who thinks there is a way to repentance other than prayer, he is deceived by the devils. Through prayer, one receives power to return to God. Therefore, force yourself to prayer more than any other work, because through prayer, you remove the barrier between you and God and come back to Him once again. It's amazing how many people prefer serving over prayer. They prefer reading over prayer. They prefer meditation over prayer. They prefer religious meetings over prayer, and that's why they're failing in their relationship with God. They have prayer, they have reading, they have serving, they have meetings, and at the same time, they're separated from God. No relationship. Come back to God. Come back to God and receive from Him. Some people think that prayer is giving to God. They give Him words, they give Him time, they give Him feelings. But the reality is, prayer in its depth is an act of receiving from God. He's the giver, not the receiver. The one who succeeds in prayer is the one who feels he is receiving from God. The one who prays and feels that he received power from God succeeds in his prayers. The one who prays and receives a blessing, his prayers are successful. The one who prays and receives repentance, his prayers are successful. The one who prays and receives holiness, his prayers are successful. The one who prays and receives a connection with God, his prayers are successful. That's what prayer is. God is telling you, come pray so I can give to you. But you stand for 2 minutes and get bored and upset. You leave prayer without having received anything from Him, and God looks at you amazed. My beloved, why did you leave so quickly without taking anything? I wanted to give to you. Why did you leave me before I'd given to you? You got bored and left. Fine, leave then. Then you start to look for God but cannot find Him. Not only did you leave without receiving anything, but also you left thinking that you've given God a few minutes of your time and you check off your spiritual chart that you've prayed. What kind of prayer is that? What did you receive from God? You need to hold on to God and tell Him, I'm not going to leave you. I won't leave you. Because of this, prayer requires patience. Without patience, you cannot receive. You have to be patient in prayer. Tell Him, Lord, I will remain at your feet and will not leave you until I take what I want. If I don't receive, I will keep holding on to you. I won't leave you until you bless. I held Him and did not let Him go. This is what struggling in prayer is. People didn't learn how to pray. They think that prayer is just saying a couple of words and going, or praying while on the go. No, my beloved, that doesn't work. Pray, hold on to God, take. And if you don't take, tell Him, I'm not leaving you today. I'm not leaving you. It is written that you are God the compassionate, God the merciful, and God who grants us whatever we ask. Okay, well, I've asked, and I'm not going until I get what I want. Keep wrestling with God in your prayers. Then you will receive from your prayers comfort, a heart filled with love and zeal. You won't repeat words in vain, but will pour your heart out in front of God. Hannah, Samuel's mother, was praying. She was weeping. She was making vows. She did not leave the temple until she received a promise from God for a son. David the prophet did not leave God until he received. First he says, "Lord, how they have increased who trouble me." Then he says, "Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity." The Lord has heard my prayers. The Lord has heard my petition. The Lord has accepted my prayers. At first he'd said, "Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger, nor chasten me in your wrath." That was in the beginning. But now I've received. David said, "I laid down and slept. I arose, for the Lord sustained me. So I will not be afraid of 10,000 of people who have set themselves against me all around." Why? Because I received strength. I received tranquility. Because I didn't leave God.